Okay, good. Hey guys, Bradley tuning in, coming at you with another video. Now we're going to do a typical market update here in the GTA. However, I want to highlight today the luxury real estate market. I've been getting a lot of comments on it. Many people are nervous to talk about it, so there's not a lot of information out there. It has struggled in some cases over the last few years, so I want to focus specifically on that. Now all of this stems from a comment, and I appreciate any of your feedback or comments that you guys leave because it allows us to drive the content. This comment comes from M. Verbora that says, can you do a video on the luxury housing market? And the claim is that it's an exact opposite. In fact, prices are down, inventory is exceptionally high, people are losing money on flipping. And he also asked us to look at North York over the last 2 years, and he's claiming that over 6 months of inventory is currently running in that marketplace, and also asking where we're seeing it headed. So I want to identify these areas, address these concerns, and highlight the luxury market. But before I get started, my name is Bradley. We do videos like this every single week, keep you updated on the latest tips and tricks, and focus in on the GTA real estate market. Make sure you slam that subscribe button because we're going to continue to put out fantastic content. As we get rolling here, we want to start off by understanding as a baseline what the market is doing. Now, when we look at the stats for October 2019, we see much of the same picture that we've been tracking over the last few months. In fact, since the spring, where we've got this tightening of supply, both an increase in the number of sales and a decrease in the new listings and active listings. New listings are down 9.6%. We've got the number of sales up 14%, which has led to an overall market growth of about 5.5%. And as we've said in videos before, if this trend continues, we're going to find ourselves in a bit of hot water, and that price acceleration will continue to go up and up and up. In fact, even over 5% is already better than I thought would happen earlier this year when we were tracking predictions. I like to look at this as a sink. Imagine a faucet and it's dripping, but it's going very slowly. This is our new inventory coming in the market. At the same time, it's draining so fast. We're losing water here. And so if you want to get a little more insight into all of that, I won't jump into it. You can go into our fourth quarter market update and predictions that we did a few months back. Check that video out. It's doing very well because it's painting this great picture of what the market is doing and what we expect it to continue to do unless something changes. But this market growth and this trend that we've seen over the last few years and have been tracking, is this the same across the board for all housing types? Of course not. In fact, the luxury market has been criticized for being one of the hardest hit markets from when we had the adjustment happen in 2017. And the question is how are they performing today? Which takes me back to this comment. I want to address each of those items that were listed. Specifically mentioned in this comment was North York, which is great. And I've had the same feedback as a bit of a sample for the luxury market. And so I want to kind of identify here, and I've done some research and analyze some of the data, which I want to share with you right now. Now, when we Google North York, this is the area that we see. And once you've taken a mental shot of that image, you can also check out this one. This is the lines, the borders, if you will, for searching for properties. This is how things are segmented in the real estate market. This particular zone includes W04 and 05 and C06, 7, 14, 15, 13, 12, and 11. The majority of North York is included in these regions, and so I wanted to run the numbers specifically on these items. As we're looking at these figures, I wanted to track the price over the last year as well as the prices in the last 2 years. And as you can see, only in 2 cases do we find that there are prices that are down. And for the claim that inventory is exceptionally high, the only month where I see it a little bit higher is in C12, where they're actually still in a balanced market. Their inventory is still relatively normal. The other ones actually are the ones that are indicative of a seller's market. Anything over 5 I would place in more of a balanced market. But yes, it is true. The luxury real estate market really took a big hit in spring 2017, as you can see in this chart. But let's be honest, we've had our chance to cry over things. Now we want to look at what's happening from there on out. So when we're making claims that we've seen growth over the last 2 years, my next question to come back to you is what exactly defines a luxury market? This is kind of a vague term, and I'm going to ask you guys, leave it down in the comments below. What would you consider a luxury? Would you say it's over $1 million, over 2, 5, 6? What would you say, maybe 10 million? Now, there's not a whole lot of homes that are listed over 10 million, but you know what I mean. Leave it down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. So I wanted to identify from each segment where they place as far as the statistics over the last year, year and a half. RE/MAX published an article from January to the end of October, seeing which of these areas have done really, really well. Now we find that over $2 million, they're almost at 10% growth, but in between this 3 to 5 million segment, we have almost a 5% drop. And then over the 5 million mark, we're back to 8.5% growth. Now they explain it like this. Sales of luxury properties between 3 to 5 million are expected to climb in the year ahead as the ripple effect works its way out through various price points. Sales at lower price points tend to stimulate sales at the next level as home buyers trade up to larger homes or more desirable neighborhoods. Our research has found that the spread is narrowing with each month's sales figures. So that addresses the stats that we've seen in the past and what they're anticipating will happen. But back to this question I was originally asked, where do I see things headed for the luxury real estate market? But I can't help but see articles that look just like this. We see home sales surging 26%, sales over 5 million pushing ahead from last year's, and even Pharrell Williams has decided to enter the luxury condo development segment. When we look at local factors, we see things are pretty good. In fact, the economy is doing well, unemployment is having record low numbers, interest rate is pretty good as well. With all of these things, we also see demand coming back into this luxury segment. Some of these other articles that you've just seen, as well as some of the stats are showing that there's a lot of demand coming back into these marketplaces. But we also need to look at the foreign factors, and we also see that since that foreign buyer tax that rolled out, once again, there are Chinese buyers moving back into our marketplace. And why is this important? Because in 2016, 2017, the luxury homes over 6 million, Chinese buyers accounted for over 60% of those purchases. So they're the ones that are really stimulating that marketplace. So as these numbers continue to be high, we're going to expect that that's going to do well. But one of the other factors we need to keep in mind is the wealth of Canadians. The Economist Intelligence Unit's 2019 Wealth Opportunity Index, that's a bit of a tongue twister, they predict that in Canada, the number of high net worth individuals, which they consider having over $1 million spending money, is going to double over the next decade. So we're going to see a significant influx of money coming into our country, and also in the form of immigration. There's a lot of money coming here. So all of this to say that yes, the luxury market got completely pounded in 2017. But this, my friends, is the second greatest comeback story that we have ever seen. You guys know what the number one is. Leave it down in the comments below. I want to hear what you have to say. And as this market continues to do really well, so too will our overall market here in the GTA. That's it for my update today. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think is going to happen over the next little bit of time. We're starting to enter the winter months. Things are getting very pretty outside, but are things going to get pretty in our marketplace? I'll see you next time. Take care and keep it real.